Hey friends, it's time for another Face of the Day in review. It is 12 o'clock midnight. I've been working all day. Well, not all day. I've been working since 3 today. Worked 3 to 10, and then I went out for 1.5 beers. So, you know, not drunk or anything, but definitely I'm 1.5 beers in. Okay, so if you are new around here, welcome. My name is Drea. This video is all about reviewing many of the things on my face. Not necessarily everything. This is really about the standouts, the good, the bad, the ugly, the amazing. Not necessarily the meh or the things that I talk about all the time. So this is really like makeup I've been wearing now for 10 hours because I've had this on since 2 o'clock. And we're going to review it. Everything. It's like an all-day wear test for everything on my face. Okay, let's start with this lipstick. This is the Wet n Wild Sugar Plum Fairy lipstick, which I did talk about in my fall favorites that I'm really excited to start using. And I am excited to use it. I think it's a beautiful color for fall. It's so fall. It's like this like deep purple, so pretty. It goes with so many things, especially if you're doing a little bit more of a subtle eye. It's nice to go really heavy on the lips. The one thing that I will say about this, well, first of all, it's cheap, which is amazing. But the one thing that I will say that's a downside to this is that because it's such a vampy color and the shape of the tube is so round and there's not like that nice pointed bullet, it's really hard to get precise. I feel like earlier in the day I was cool. I did a precise line. It did take me a while. It definitely took me longer than most normal lipsticks do. But just reapplying it now, it's not cute. It's not cute. I feel a little bit like the Joker right now. But the color, gorgeous. This is the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Foundation. I wanted to use this again because I did do an all-day wear test with this on my face, which was a first impression. Normally, lately, when I do all-day wear tests, I like them to be more of a review so that I've worn that thing more than once, but this one I hadn't. So consider this your review. I've now worn this 3 times. There's enough in here probably for me to use it 1 or 2 more times. A little goes a long way. If you look at this, right here, you can tell it's pretty thick, right? Because it's not like running out of here. It's a very thick, creamy foundation. A little does go a long way. I used it with a brush today. I actually really like the way it applied with a brush. Normally, I love foundations with beauty blenders the most, but a brush was fine with this. I do feel very oily. This is such a full coverage foundation that it almost takes away any dimension from your face. So once you put it on, it's like that flat surface where you have to add dimension back with bronzer and contour and blush and highlight, and you have to add that back because it's so full coverage, which is great for a lot of people. But I don't know, I just feel like when it comes to that and oily skin, super full coverage foundations don't always work so great on very, very, very oily skin like mine. And I feel like if you see like just how oily I am, I have blotted a few times today, you know, so it's not like I haven't blotted at all, but it's still pretty dang oily. Like this foundation is great for maintenance. So if you are going to blot, repowder, it will look the same. It will look full coverage. It will look pretty much perfect. And none of it has come off really from anywhere at all. But I just find personally that when you mix full coverage foundations with oily skin and you get that oil production coming through, sometimes it can end up looking like really greasy. I think greasy is the right word, and that's what I feel like right now. I don't feel like dewy, glowy, like that kind of thing. I feel like greasy, like there is an layer of grease on my face. And by the way, I should say I multi-primed today, so I use Benefit Porefessional in my T-zone, just these areas, and then on my cheeks I use the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. So on my cheeks I do feel like I don't mind this, but I don't get oily here. So that's why I can use a primer like this on my cheeks, because this is very glowy and I feel like it does actually look really pretty. In my oily areas I need either mattifying or pore filling, and this does pore fill, but it doesn't mattify. Just using my YSL All Hours Concealer. I'm not really going to get into that much because I use it all the time. It's my makeup use up. But just so you know what I am wearing, it is very full coverage. It holds up pretty well. I do feel like I'm getting a little bit going on with fine lines, but that's just because at the end of the day, no matter what, you have less and less hydration under your eyes throughout the day, and it's always going to start looking a little bit more dried out, a little bit more like your lines coming through. So that's always going to happen, but I am very happy with this in terms of the coverage it gives me. Set it with Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder, and that also is like such a perfecting product that it always makes your under eyes look so good. Let's talk about what is on my eyes today. I didn't have a lot of time today, so I needed something super fast. I just used my Nars Wanted palette. Just used 2 matte shades from here, just this one under the brow bone and then this one here into the crease, just to, you know, warm it up just slightly, give a little bit of dimension. And then what I used was this, and I really love this, and this is such a good, really fast, like you want your eyes to look really pretty, but you have no time at all product. So this is actually the Tarte Clay Pot waterproof eyeliner in rose gold, and I actually think this might be discontinued. I'm not totally sure. I know they have these liners and they have all kinds of different colors, but I think this one particular shade might actually be discontinued. In any case, this is a cream eyeliner, but I have never used it as an eyeliner. I have only ever used it as an eyeshadow, as like a cream eyeshadow. And you can see like just how beautiful that is. So that is what is all over the lid. And I just find like with a product like this, it's really easy to just take like a flat shader brush, put it all over the lid, and then you're good to go. And then an eyeliner that I really love to use with pink looks is this one from Urban Decay. This is Desperation, which is gray. And it's so nice to have something just a little bit different than black, because you get that line, that contrast that you want at your lash line that kind of gives you that outline of your eyes, which makes them pop, but it is not black, it's gray, which looks so good against pink. And this is just one of my favorites. I use it so often when I do a pink eye look. I think it's so pretty. So what's on my cheeks? I have really been enjoying this. This is the Rimmel Kate blush palette. Apparently there's only one, because it literally just says blush palette. It's not like there's any version of it. And what I have been doing with this, I haven't really been using this deep shade here. I've been kind of mixing these two together. So this one here is much more of a matte shade, and this one is so gorgeous. It's like this glowy pink shade. Now that I've kind of rubbed those other swatches on and off, my whole hand is a little bit glistening, but I think you can get the idea. This one is the matte shade, shimmery shade, and it is so shimmery, which actually I think is why it's nice to have this palette, because you can mix them and you don't have to have such a crazy shimmery shade. Like that's a lot of glow going on there, and if you're not into that, it's nice to be able to do something a little bit more subtle. Now this highlight though, geez man, this highlight, and I love this highlight, but it's always so popping, especially by the end of the day when my oils are all coming through. This is from Makeup Revolution. It's from their I Love Makeup line, but it is Makeup Revolution products. This is the Blushing Hearts Triple Baked Blusher in Peachy Pink Kisses. So pretty, right? Like it's got the Too Faced knockoff packaging, but this product itself is gorgeous. I have a couple of them. Actually, I have 2. I have this one and one more. But this one, Peachy Pink Kisses, is so pretty. These are so glowy, like just ultra intense. Like look, I mean you can see it on my cheek. Look at how crazy that pop is. Like it's so intense. And I really love these. So it's just fun to have something like if you want a really glowy cheek, this is just the product to do it with. And lastly, I did set my face with Urban Decay All Nighter. This is the pollution protection one. Getting close to done on this. I feel like it's probably about a third left. All right, so that is it for my face of the day in review for today. I hope you enjoyed this. This is really all about reviewing a ton of products at once so that you can get a scope of how they wore, especially on somebody with oily skin. I know I talk about it all the time in these videos, and maybe you guys like are sick of hearing about it, but hey, this is who I am. This is the skin I have, right? That's it for today. I hope that you're having a wonderful day. I hope that you're speaking kindly to yourself, especially when you look in the mirror. I love you guys. I will see you in my next video. Bye.